应该很短啊。
OK， 不然你slide要用中文还是英文？
都可以。
我现在放英文的哦。好，
可以。
那个，对。
Oh shit！ 我这边那个，那个 Gmail 啊。Gmail 那个有问题，你知道吗？
啊，你 Gmail 有问题，你有答案吧？
有啦，但是我们那个我不知道中国好像现在进 Gmail 都，
两位
常打不开 Gmail， 很像 Facebook 这样，所以你在考虑说该怎么办？
我现在登录 MS 很好了哈。好，那我会帮你计时哦。那原则上全部的那个，我会把嘉颖还有那个 Amy 的反应，还有那个鱼竿的反应都记录下来，到时候我再放到网络上去给你做参考。如果你想要看的话 ，OK。
好 ，Power of Technology。
对。那大概是这样。
没办法。
所以你等我一下，我现在log in那个 MSN， 如果说你能够这样子可以方便联系的话，好，那如果你准备好的话，我现在把投影片都已经放开来了，我们现在在第1页，那嘉颖我们这边可以准备开始。
OK，
好，我们这边都好了。
Okay, good morning everyone. We have George and me calling in. And from the queue up, we know you guys have Amy, Jiaying, Dennis, Kevin, Terry, and Evan on the side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we do have a 30-minute presentation. We will spend a few minutes talking about the micro data of the company, which is some little history, little accomplishments for our past 5 years. After that, we will talk about the market data right now. I already sent you guys a news actually today, this morning. I will sum it up, and after that, we will go through a 10-page slide, actually just a few pages. Then maybe Terry will handle some little operational plans if we have the extra questions. Or after that, we will have a 15-minute Q&A. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so first we will go through the hard data. For the past 5 years at Volgate operation, we spent about 9.7 million RMB here. And we have income for about 3 million. Yes. The major income directly from the top advertisers including Taiwan Beer, Sina, Nike, and some other ad agencies. That's the base data. Another is pretty notable that in 2007 we win the recurring top 100 Asia company, which is pretty notable companies' early stage events and awards, including some companies you might heard of, Google, Skype, eBay, Alibaba, Baidu. They all won the same award when they're still young. Volgate won this award back in 3 years ago because of the technology entry barrier to the market. And I think the other direct similar company in US, which is Cantera, they won the same too. By the way, Cantera is owned by Sequoia Capital, which owns Google at the beginning, I think 10 years ago. So that's the little summary, not including our pending patent and software copyright. I think that's a little bit trivia. I'm going to skip that. Then we move to the second part of the presentation, which is the macro market data for the internet in China. Since right now I cannot open my Google Gmail, I have the direct news source to let you guys know how big is the market here. For China Internet, every month we have 6 million people increase online, which means by 4 years we will have about 800 million people online, which is the largest internet nation in the world. E-commerce in China, also not included in the slides. To give you guys some basic data, right now the China Internet e-commerce, which means the business transactions conducted online, is about RMB $200 billion. But in 4 years, it's gonna be $2 trillion, 10 times the size of now. In 4 years, that should be included in the email, you guys. If you have the access to the Gmail, I send you guys. The new model Vulgate is about to engage in, which is through discount direct purchasing, or you could see the model companies Groupon or Living Social. It's pretty good actually. They have about, I would say, 500 million revenue for this year. And for last year, they have the comparable income. Again, that's a Groupon income from their internal memorandum from our market data. $1 million revenue per day. Again, that's per day revenue data. Later in our presentation of the slides, we will have the Chinese data for you guys. So that concludes our macro market data presentation. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, good. Then let's move on to the third part of the slides. You guys use the English edition, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's go to the cover. We talk about cloud computing, but you may wonder why cloud computing. That's the new computing. You have all the work online. So you don't need to install any software on your device like your cell phone, your PC, your Mac. So every single computing action is in the sky. So that's called cloud computing. Actually, it's a jargon created by Google people. All right? So think about it. You use your Google search. You don't install that, actually. You use Google Documents. You don't need to install that either. So it's more like a new term or the new software standard that you install on the servers in the system, but not on your device. For example, your cell phone. You usually don't install the whole system in your cell phone. That means in the future you have like lighter and smaller devices and easier access everywhere if you have the internet connection. Pretty much it's merged with the new media and e-commerce. That's why Vulgate, actually you see the whole Vulgate product, we don't install anything on your whatever machine you are using right now. I assume it's a PC, a notebook, an iPad, or even a cell phone. So let's move on to the second page of the slide. You already see the online content. As we chatted before with Dennis and Albert last time in Shanghai, we were talking about anything. If you transform from atom form or material form to digital form, it's gonna be less and less cost until it's free. For example, you used to buy a CD. It might cost you about $10 US, but now your MP3 file is totally free because it transformed the music form. from a disk to a file. Same as your book. So any book, if that's digitalized, it's gonna be free. Or the cost is gonna be extremely low. Therefore, like 99% of the ebook readers, they read the book or they listen to the MP3 for free, and 1% of the premium buyers, they pay the premium price. So it's gonna be a pretty standard form for you guys to understand the digital internet economy, the way we are working. And right now you can see we are in the major revenue sector of internet, which is advertisement. You know, Google make money directly from advertisement. So people were talking about, so what's next? What's after Google advertisement income? That is it gonna be free too? That you can think about it. Like a few years ago, you pay a lot of money to print out your ad on a newspaper, but now people don't really read that much newspaper anymore, right? So the whole ad form is transformed online. You think about Google as a yellow page book or a magazine advertisement digitalized online, and it charges advertisement fee. So maybe after 5 or 10 years, the whole advertisement online is gonna be free, just like your book or your music. All right? And now that's why we are talking about the direct sale channel online. We provide free advertisement to advertisers. Every single transaction from the store sale online, we have a 30% cut of the revenue. So free advertisement, that's easier for you. For example, if you are a spa owner, you are gonna sell a 1,000 Kwai or 1,000 RMB service for a spa treatment. Then you offer a good discount. If we give you, say, 100 clients in the bulk, then you can offer 50% off. We can provide you a direct access to the users, which is not easy for a spa owner to create or access to. Then we have 20% cut of your revenue upfront after we send out your advertisement and get the users or the buyers for you. And later on page 7, we will talk about a detailed example about a little case of a gem and all right. So we were, you see on page 2, the major income of internet is definitely marketing and advertisement. And on the lower right corner, it's Groupon. It's actually Groupon, the company's name, but right now the boost model is called Good Discount, which means you have maybe 10 people or 100 people to buy a same product or service, and you have a good discount, pretty much like a real world. We can offer that in the form of Twitter, which is like 140 character little mini blog through our data mining system. So, for example, I remember in the US, many major supermarkets like Walmart, if you go there and buy a Coca-Cola, on your receipt, you're going to have a coupon of Pepsi, and vice versa. For example, you buy a grade A juice. On your receipt, they will give you a grade B coupon, which means that you are a juice drinker or you are a Coke drinker. That the machine is already doing the analysis, just like Vulgate is doing. So we can know what kind of ad you are viewing, what kind of keyword you just touched, what kind of picture you already clicked, and what kind of product you just bought. Then next time, we give you a better deal, maybe from competitors. So it's actually a pretty beneficial system for the users. that can lower your transaction cost, give you a better price and better services. And it's a good news for the competitors in the advertisement world, which means the stores. They can directly access to the buyers. Later we'll go through that. Let's move on to the page 3. So you will ask, like, since we already have Groupon, we have Living Social. Like Groupon has a $1 million revenue per day. And that's an interesting news that last Christmas, actually, that 3 months ago, my friend from US, Raymond Farland, we talked about the case. That's a family business of, that's the first generation of a media company. They print out newspapers. Now the whole industry is almost gone in Las Vegas and also in California. They were asking about the Groupon model. Can Bogate do that? They're interested in coming to China. And I say, yes, we can do that. It's simple. But we already have that 1,000, 2,000 group discount sites in China doing the similar business. Why bother? He said because it's a real demand right now. In US, if you want to line up to the Groupon site and sell your service, you need to wait for 90 days or more. So you would say, is it really that good? From the news data or the industry reports, we can figure out that they can sell pretty much everything. There's a bungee jumping and a parachute training program in San Francisco. Every year, they sell 4,000 training classes for 4,000 people. Okay, because it's one-on-one, like a bungee jumping. I tie up a rope on you and just push it down the bridge, right? And also the parachute. Okay, you carry out the parachute and you jump out of the plane. So every year, they have a limited capacity for 4,000 clients. On Groupon, this company, in one day, sold 40% of the annual revenue, which is 1,600 users sold in one day, and it's prepaid in cash. Okay, so you see the power of the internet, and you can see that right now you go out, you see the streets, pretty much 90% of the stores, the restaurants, the spas, the schools, the music theaters, the movie theaters, the KTVs, they don't even have a website. Or okay, maybe they have a website, they don't have advertisements. You don't know where to find them. But now we can locate them for you. So it's actually a good news for the local stores and the service providers. We are on page 3. And you see the Bogate model is pretty creative. On every corner of the internet, on every single word, single picture, single video, or any corner, we can monetize it. We can analyze the word, give you most relevant information, which could be real information or infomercial, or what we say commercial advertisement. So you see the whole advertisement industry is information direct to you. Bogate has a really good pre-search system. It's like a Google, but we already pre-search for you. For example, you are interested in spa or beauty, certain keyword. We highlight that for you. If you don't touch it, we don't show it. If you touch it, next time we give you more relevant information, including news, including articles, pictures, and of course the service provided by the spa treatment companies around your neighborhood. Okay? You would ask, how do we locate you? We do have your IP address. So unless you turn off your browser's IP, but I think that right now pretty much every single browser, they have the cookie service for you. That's why every time you go to Amazon, they remember the book you already search or browse, right? And you go to, in China we go Taobao.com, in US it's more like eBay. You go to eBay, they pretty much remember the items you just browsed. And we just use the whole concept, like eBay, like Amazon. We memorize your footprint on the internet, spread it out to other websites. So that's a key concept. Consider this. You go to a single supermarket like Walmart and buy a Coca-Cola. Or you go to 7-Eleven at every corner of the street and buy a little bottle of Coca-Cola. So pretty much they coexist. Just to give you more convenience. Vulgate is doing the 7-Eleven model. So far we are on page 3. Any question?
No. No question.
Okay. So we move on to page 4. That's a direct comparison of the right now group discount model and the Vulgate system. The major difference is Vulgate is a system spread out to many different websites and sell your product or services. And most of the group discount websites, they are one single site. For example, if you want to go to the Groupon China, you need to go to Gaopeng.com. But for, I would say, 80% or 90% of the users online, people don't know how to spell Gaopeng.com. Right? It's GAOPENG.com. Right? So right now, the major barrier of every single group discount website is that was still a single website. But Vulgate turned the passive one-store strategy into a active, user-friendly behavioral learning and targeting across internet, across website strategy, directly link the information you are most interested to you. So you see the Vulgate media, we have a different media system. If you see the spreadsheet, Terry just prepared, he mentioned RO and run of network. That means you run of a lot of network websites. So you can see quite a few different websites, they have the Vulgate system. Again, that's free, and free technology, that's free bandwidth, free services, and free system. We don't charge anyone, but once we provide the advertisement for you, we have a cut of your revenue. All right? So we are on page 4. In conclusion, the Vulgate advantage is across different websites. We have broader reach to broader users, and also we memorize your behavior. We know your major interest in certain services or products, which is very different from any single website, even including Groupon. Okay? And this is a little quick note that I remember yesterday I sent out a news. It's a major customer review site called Dianping.com. It's gonna sell 10% of the share for $100 million US. This puts the company valuation to US $1 billion. And Dianping, I think it's set up it was started up in 2003. It was losing money till last year. And last year, Dianping introduced a group discount service. Then, voila, break even. And now, after a few months, it's a $1 billion company. So you see, like online, things change a little bit faster than the regular world, because all the transaction, all the valuation, everything comparable is so fast. Pretty much do it without too much cost, which is reasonable though. Foreseeable future, we will see more and more great companies emerging just like that. And Terry and I were talking about like Dianping and Vulgate. What's the major difference? Dianping is actually a DBS system, so people just write review on which restaurant is good, which restaurant is bad. So it's a single website, and they offer coupon. That's it. Vulgate can do that, and even more, Vulgate can send out the coupon to every corner you go through, along with your footprint on the internet. This is a high entry barrier on the technology side. That's why you see not many Vulgate or Cantera in the market. Just like not many Baidu or Google in the market because this is very hard. And even you develop the whole search system, you need maybe 4 or 5 years of data collecting and data mining to provide a really good service. Okay, let's move on to the page 5. This is the old data from last year. This is the first data sheet we can ever find out in the market that's organized by a group discount search engine. Okay? This is a single city in Beijing for a single website which provides the group discount service. The revenue number is for 1 month in August last year. Of course, right now the number is up and up. Just like we were talking about the online e-commerce sites right now, it's about 260 billion RMB. But in 4 years, it's gonna be like 10 times for more than 2 trillion RMB. So you see that every month the growth is pretty healthy and fast. That means that your transaction cost is lower and lower. You can buy the product and services cheaper and cheaper. I assume right now, pretty much most of them, their revenue per month is, most of them are more than 100 million. Okay? So we are on page 5. Any question about the companies here? Remember, they are very new. Like most of them are like only 1 year old, or even less, like 1 to 2 years old. The market leader globally, Groupon, is about to file for IPO this year. I think Groupon was set up November in 2008. So they only have 2 years of full annual reports, right? Okay. Let's move on to page 6. Beijing is a major group discount service city because most of the startup and internet companies are there. That's that simple. Shanghai is pretty small, huh? Good thing about Shanghai is Shanghai has the most condensed, well-established subway system in the country, and pretty much the second largest in the world next to Tokyo. So the group discount model is easier for Shanghai users, right? You can pretty much jump on the subway and go anywhere. But pretty much you guys already know how big is Shanghai size. It's pretty much the size of Netherlands or the whole Australia in terms of the population. In terms of GDP, it's pretty much like even bigger than. Okay. GDP growth rate in Shanghai is about 25% per year. Okay, let's move on to page 7. This is a little case, and you see